Hey, welcome back. We got the brakes all done on Gaylord. I didn't show you the driver's side because you already watched the passenger side, and I didn't figure you wanted to watch the whole thing over again. So we're all done except for one more step. We got to bleed the brakes. So that's a process that's much easier with two people, which I often don't have the luxury of. So I'm going to show you how to bleed the brakes on a vehicle by yourself. To start with, all you need is a clear bottle, like this small Gatorade bottle here, about halfway full, with brake fluid. June bug optional. And then you're going to need a stretch of this clear tubing, which you can get at any parts store, TSC, or hardware store for next to nothing. And all you're going to do, drill a hole in the cap, run the tube down in there, make sure that the tube is submerged in the brake fluid. Okay, and we're going to hook this end up to the bleeder screw. We're going to open the bleeder screw up. We're going to pump the pedal until we get all the air out. I'll show you how that process works. Okay, got my bottle set up here. Hose running up to the bleeder screw, which is now open. We're going to go ahead and pump the pedal. It's going to push fluid through this hose down into this container. The air will escape, but when you let up the pedal and it tries to draw back in, it'll draw fluid out of the bottle back in. So hopefully, we'll get all the air out. Okay, brakes are bled, shoes are complete, wheel cylinders are on. Let's check the pedal. Brake light is now off. Pedal's back how it should be, nice and firm. On to the next thing. So the next thing I want to check out is that oil leak in the front. Now if you notice, we're building a pretty good puddle right here. So we're gonna come down here and see where that might be coming from. Oh, easy find. These lines right here are leaking real bad. Those are the oil cooler lines, which run back by the oil filter location somewhere. So anyway, we'll have to order those. We'll get those ordered and we'll change those on another day. Since we're under here, these lines look good. Oof. We'll just pretend that we didn't look at that. I think we'll go ahead and grease the front end since we're under here. Alright, before we can grease up the front end, we're going to come through here and clean up all the grease zerks, so we can make sure that they take grease well without cramming dirt inside of them and making them impossible to grease in the future. Alright, now that they're all cleaned up, I always start at one side. We'll go to this outer tie rod, work our way to the inner, then the pitman arm, idler arm, go to the other side. If I start at one side, finish at the other, I don't miss anything. Alright, I think we're almost ready for a test drive, but before we do, I got the power washer out. I think we're going to blow this thing off underneath, under the hood and the wheel wells. There's just so much dirt and spider webs and cottonwood and years of filth built up that I'm not going to detail it just yet because it's going to need a real strong detail at some point, but we're going to at least make it presentable if we're going to drive it through town. now that she's marginally clean, I think we're ready for the first test drive in a couple of years. So we're going to throw the wheels and tires back on, torque the lug nuts, check the air in the tires, get it down off the jack stands, and we're going to go for a ride. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 2 years in the making. Welcome to the maiden voyage of Gaylord. Let's go through the Ridge subdivision. People in these kind of places get nervous when they see a truck like this, and an old boy like me, they'd be shutting their garage doors and setting car alarms. Sometimes I just wave at people in places like this just to make them wonder, make them curious. Who the heck is that? Must be the landscaper. Couple for sale here. If you got a spare, I don't know, $1 at least. Got my phone hanging out the window, video recording. People are going to be calling the police. He's casing us. Anyway, nice homes in here. Gaylord doesn't exactly fit in. But I bet I got less into this whole truck than most of these people got into one monthly car payment. Anyway, old Gaylord's doing good. Gauges are all good. Temp's fine. Oil pressure's fine. I don't know if I told you, but it's 339,632 miles. So it's starting to get up there a little bit. Actually, it's exceptionally clean and runs really good for those miles. This engine, to the best of my knowledge, is all original. Body and paint on this truck is all original. Pretty damn good old truck. What a damn good old truck. Thanks for joining me.